Recently, I got a new webcam and a new mic. And I thought that before I started, maybe I would sing you a song, a really nice song. This is Michael Bublé's Sway. When the marimba music starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Thanks for bearing that. You might be wondering, why am I singing a song? You know, things didn't seem to be so rosy 9 months ago when I first joined Kampong Kembangan. 9 months ago in September 2019, I had just returned back from England after 3 years of studying there for university. All of a sudden, the people, place, and the peace that I had enjoyed disappeared in a flash. It just vanished. And as I came back, I had no job, nothing to look forward to, and I felt really lost. On the day I came into Kampong Kembangan, on the 20th of September, I had gone for my second interview, and I didn't know what was going to happen next. All I knew was that I wanted to find what was within me again, my voice. During that period of time, it was really difficult. I struggled a lot with depression, with the grief of losing everything that I had known. To fill the void within me, I started to eat and eat and eat. I would take cakes that I see. I would hide in the pantry of my company and steal food to eat. And I would stuff myself even though I was full. In a month, I grew by 8 kilograms. You know, sometimes grief feels a lot like this. It feels like someone has torn out your heart and has left it out to bleed.
Pick 3 areas, the good points.
You might be wondering, why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing this story because that time when I stepped into Kembangan was the pivot of my life. The pivot. And today, all of us have such pivots. You might have had such a pivot before in your life where you felt like you did something that was the turning point in your life. Today, I want to talk about what we can do to create those pivots, why we should create those pivots, and how we can sustain those pivots. Today, why should you create those pivots? Today, all of us want to do something. You are probably here at Kembangan because you want to achieve something. You're at Toastmasters because you want to learn how to lead better, how to speak better, how to communicate better, whatever. That's great. But you know, the thing is that what you want is going to be really hard to get. So I'm not under any illusion that this speech is going to motivate you. In fact, I'm here to demotivate you. I'm here to say that if you're not willing to put in any hard work to get what you want, quit. Just quit. You can easily sip your margaritas, enjoy your rests, rather than working so hard. So just quit. If you want something, but you're not willing to work hard for it, just quit. But on the other hand, if you do want something, I want you to ask yourself what it is that you want. What it is that you want. So think about, what would I do if I had no fear? What would I do if I had no fear? And then create the opportunities where you can do what you want. You probably have had such an experience where you really wanted something and you went all out. And today, you might not feel that excited in the things that you do. You might be at a job that you don't like, with a boss that you don't really enjoy working with colleagues that are hard to manage. And maybe you ask yourself, is this what I really want with life? It might not be. It might not be. So ask yourself what you really want. The second thing to think about is why you actually want this. Why is this actually important to you? You know, all of us have a reason for being. To me, I want to be a professional speaker because it is not about me. It is about the communities and the clients that I serve. It's about being able to give a voice to the voiceless, to give and shed light to sufferings that people might not see, to the wife who had a bucket of knives thrown at her by her husband, or a girl who was punched by her father for losing her EZ-Link card, or a young adult who wants to commit suicide because of bullying. This is why I speak. But today, when you think about what you want, you also have to think why you actually want it. Why do you want this? Why is it so important to you? Knowing that why helps you to keep doing what you want to do. But I think more importantly, it's how you want to sustain this change that is in your life. How do you want to sustain this pivot? You know, as a speaker, as an author, as a business owner, in addition to my day job as a social worker, this is really difficult. Sometimes I wake up at 5:45, switch off my alarm, and wish that I could just go back to sleep. Because that's easy. That's really easy. Getting to where you want to is hard. And along the way, you are definitely going to face failures. Then the question is, what will you do when you face these failures? I'm not going to tell you don't give up, because sometimes you should. You should actually give up. In fact, the biggest lesson in my journey as an entrepreneur is learning how to give up, learning how to quit the things that just aren't worth doing, and to spend your energy on something worth doing. But you know, the more important principle in sustaining your pivot is to never miss twice. Today, whatever you want to do, whether it be a world-class programmer, a speaker, an author, you have to put in the effort to do it. So for example, if you wanted to be an author, you have to get down and do 2,000 words every day without fail, whether you like it or not. If you want to be a world-class programmer, you need to code every day, whether or not you like it. And so that principle of never missing twice is really important. You know, today, you and I are in a very unique moment in human history. This pandemic is a pivot. It is one of the biggest pivots in our lives. And today you have a choice. You have a choice between fear or faith. Fear of more of the unknown, or faith that everything will work out. Fear that your dreams will die, or faith that no matter what happens, you are going to give it your best shot? Fear of what others might think, or faith in yourself? Don't get me wrong. Failing is difficult. When I came back, I had to see a psychiatrist, confide in him about my problems, and start taking antidepressants. Every single morning when I took them, I wondered why I was doing this. Occasionally, I felt the pain of grief and the pain of losing something I loved so much. Today, you might feel the same. Your failure, your dreams, your hopes might have been crushed in some way. Today, all I want to encourage you is to choose faith. Choose faith over fear, because faith never fails.